All right, it says I'm live. All right, let me just double check my internet real quick. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. I was connecting my Wi-Fi. All right, so how's it going, everyone? W Drums here, literally live at my house. So I wanted to make a video real quick clarifying what's been going on in my life in the last 4 or 5 months or so. So in summer of last year, I got a new job. I was doing call center work. And I was blessed to have that job for almost a year and a couple months. That did come to a halt last Wednesday, which was depressing, but God works in very mysterious ways. Hey, what's up, Krill? Marley, what's up? Hey, how's it going, Karen? Excuse me, I've never done this before, so I don't know what to expect. So the reason why I'm telling you how the job falls into everything. So basically, for a while, I was taking 10 to 15 calls a day. You know, life was good. I was reading manga and stuff, waiting for a call. I was reading my Bible, what have you, and it was really nice. I just could relax and then take a call. Okay, thank you for calling Consumer Relations. It's Danny speaking. I'm going to help you, blah, blah, blah. And my company got very greedy, called GSK. Look them up. They own Tom, Sensodyne, all that. And basically, they bought out a pharmaceutical company called Novartis. So Novartis and GSK became one, creating just GSK, GlaxoSmithKline. So, them being so gracious, putting all this stress and pressure on us, this was in December, we finally did the execution of merging together. They kept talking about it for months, and they finally did it. So what happened was, first off, my call volume went up from about 10 to 15 calls a day to 30 to 40 a day, which was chaos. I was absolutely drained, folks. I was getting 8 hours of sleep, plenty of sleep, and I was exhausted. I didn't have any energy to do anything when I got home. It sucked. No energy. And not only that, they didn't increase our pay. They added over 30, 40 products into our product line. We already had a hefty amount of pharmaceutical products to look into for the calls. They didn't raise our pay. There was no incentive to really want to work harder, and they were demanding all these delusional things. Pharma's pretty corrupt, in all honesty. That's just the honest truth. You know, we have so many cures in this world for diseases, in my opinion, things like that, but they charge outrageous prices to keep these people kind of always sick and not doing well kind of thing, and they hide a lot of the cures, in my opinion. That's probably a different video, but cancer, I think all of those have been cured, but it's the elites that control the money and power. GSK is just a small little crumb of what I'm talking about, and these people are just so corrupt. They want to charge outrageous prices for these garbage products, or they want to like, what bothered me is my company had this policy where, like, we'd have to get the product back, take 7 to 10 business days to give them these materials for them to send it back to us. Then when we get it back, it takes another 7, 10 for them to get it back. About a month process for them to get like a $5 tube of toothpaste back. Ridiculous. Just things like that really frustrated me. So God clearly knew where my heart was going with the job. It was getting very tough. I wasn't liking my job anymore. It was very stressful. We were losing great managers, things like that. And yeah, it is a little deep. I get deep with my videos. I'm going to do more of these kind of things, so prepare yourselves. It is going to get intense very fast. I don't mess around kind of thing. But, so where was I? But yeah, so, crap, I'm trying to think where I lost my place. About pharma. Oh yeah, so it was getting very stressful. What else? And it was just really frustrating, like, after a while. Like, I wasn't loving my job anymore. I used to love blessing and serving others on the calls and stuff like that. And just got worse and worse, where I just wasn't happy anymore. I was just feeling depressed, too exhausted. Barely could even have time for my 15 breaks and lunches. Like, that's how disorganized my company was getting. So it was really stressful. And I don't work for them anymore, so I really care less, honestly. I'm not revealing the name and all the different names of the people associated, but, you know, whatever. So in a nutshell. So then, reason why that's so important is because I didn't have any energy to do more videos. I was getting depressed. I just wasn't having time to do things I needed to do for myself, like eat and breathe and things like that after work. I don't like the mindset that America has gone around, or it's the whole world, but America's a big one, where we're just obsessed with making money all our lives. That's all we're meant to do in this world that God created us to do, is just make money and then work till you die kind of thing. Is like how my dad's philosophy kind of goes, and I hate that. It's not a philosophy I like to live by. I like to work hard but play harder. And I know we have to work hard. That's kind of part of our curse of sin in the Bible and everything. But regardless if you're religious or whatever or not, take that with a grain of salt if you'd like. That's my belief system. That's my truth. But so now, second part of that, so around, was it January, I think? No, February. I was getting home from work, late night, brutal work schedule. And I'm getting home, 5 minutes away from my house, I get rear-ended. Meaning, like, boom! Like, this is a picture of my car. This is my car's back bumper. This is the car coming up, going on like 20 miles an hour max kind of road. Boom! I got hit so hard, my car went flying all the way up till I hit this woman all the way up front. So my car's front was gone, like smashed. The back was completely gone. I was unharmed. Nobody was harmed, thankfully. Cars are both pretty much destroyed. The one behind me was totaled completely. So that really sucked. That was my baby. That was my Toyota Camry. She had another easy 100,000, 150,000 to go still miles-wise. So that really sucked. I was pretty frustrated when I got out of the car and stuff, but I kept my composure, I remained calm, and I just handled it in a Christ-like manner. Got their information, got all that. Had the whole thing situated. I had to call the insurance companies then that night. It was a lot of chaos. The guy pled guilty, which was really gracious of him because I didn't yell at him and all that. I didn't make him feel worse than he already did, I bet. I think he was texting in all honesty because he must have been going at least 60, 70 to hit me that hard, his momentum being that hard for I think inertia is what it's called, to like move that fast into the woman. But regardless, he did own up to it. He paid a good chunk of my new car off. God was good, but it took me I had a week or so with a rental car. And here's the funny thing. They're so gracious at CarSense and things like that. Not CarSense, what is it? One of the car companies, the green one, I can't remember now what the heck they're called. They're like calling me about, oh, how was your experience kind of thing and all that with us and blah, blah, blah. So about a week or so goes by and I'm still using the rental car because I have no choice. I didn't have time to look for cars besides online. And they start pestering me. They're like, hey, yeah, so we need to take the Toyota Camry. We got to get it off the lawn, give you your paycheck and be off with it. Once that happens, I lose the rental car because I have no means of transportation. And it was very funny. It's like these insurance company kind of people, they like make it sound like they're all in for your best interest, but they really weren't. They clearly are just in it for my money because what really angered me was that I was only on a week or so of a new rental car and I had no choice. I'm at their mercy. I have no choice. I need transportation to get to work. So they were giving me all this lip, calling me every day about how they need the car back, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, because their insurance company, the guy that hit me or whatever, they're paying for it. And God forbid they actually help people as they say they do. That's the little loophole there. And yeah, this could be a little bit of a rant, but so be it. I'm not a big fan of the corporate world. It goes completely against what God originally intended and created in this world for us humans, and I hate it. But it is what it is. But all ties together in my story, though. But yeah, so they were being really annoying about it. So I had to call off just a whole day of work. I got to take off. I have to look for a car. So God was gracious enough to allow me to find a new Toyota Camry, used, but a very nice new one, 2009. Here's the ironic thing is I literally had a car before that, like 5 minutes within that dealership. Same exact car, model, finish, interior, XLE model. So it was all pumped up and like tricked out and stuff with a lot of cool little features, heated seats, moonroof. I never had any of that. I had a 99 Camry. It was ancient. And the salesman was hilarious. Like there was so much like crap all over the seats. Everything was torn up. It was missing the physical handle for like the gear shift thing or whatever. I can't remember what you call it. It was literally missing that piece. So That was really shady. And then the guy's composure went from like really calm and relaxed to like, oh my god, like kind of like when we were driving. It was really a turnoff. It's like you're telling me there's a CD player in the car, dude, but there's nothing there. My mom and I were just looking. I'm like, you're insane, man. There's nothing there. I know how a CD player works. I know what they look like. There's nothing physically there I can click. He kept lying through his teeth. And then so God had me go through this really awful experience. 5 minutes later, we get to a lot where there was a silver Camry originally. They had to send that back because there was electrician problems. But then I pitched to him like, hey, but I remember we passed. You had a gold Camry on your lot. Can I see that? He's like, oh, okay. So I looked at that. It was the exact same thing. It's literally like the Lord gave me the worst of the worst to the best of the best. So in a nutshell, I paid in cash or everything. I got all that handled. That's one little tip of this video is car salesmen love it. When you pay a lot of cash down very fast, they'll be much more eager to work with your needs, your price range, what have you. I'm not going to reveal all the pricing and stuff because that's self-centered to me, so I'm not going to be doing any of that, of what the car was and everything. But I made a great deal. I praise the Lord heavily for that one. I had a great salesman. We talked a lot of music, life, skiing, snowboarding, things like that. It was really phenomenally well-cultured character named Jeff, I'm sorry. And really great guy. I had my mom there because she's phenomenal at dealing with salesmen and business people because I can get trampled on sometimes. And we stuck to our guns, got a great car, great deal. So then I was a happy camper, had my new car and stuff. But then a couple weeks later, having my new car, I got fired. Laid off, whatever you want to call it. I won't go into reasoning. It was absolute nonsense of how strict it was. I went from having 4 warnings. I was on my second, over the course of a year or so. And it went from me going right to my second to my 4th, which equals termination. You're done from the company. Perfect attendance. Getting praises from consumers on calls all the time about my performance and how great of an asset I am to the team and blah, blah, blah. No points on my record. Like all this different stuff. And they didn't keep me. It just was really ironic. I was doing above average on calls, taking 5 or so calls an hour, which is good in their system. Nothing added up. I think it all came down to money. They were paying me more because I had a college degree compared to my associates, which deserved more money. Hardworking families with kids, and they were getting paid dirt cheap. These companies are criminals. They really are for what they charge. It really is sickening how they can live with themselves every day doing these things. But a lot of those things, a lot of people don't take into account and everything. I'm what you call an empath. If you look into it, it's a really sensitive personality, almost psychic-like, where I absorb a lot of people's energies and I intake all their vibes and the atmosphere and everything like that. And when I absorb either good energies, it's great. I can absorb also bad energies and take those on as my own and my own burdens, and it can be very stressful. So when you're handling consumers all day, I'm taking in their energies and vibes and feelings and emotions and things like that. They're entering me. I know it sounds really weird and all that, but if you look into it, empath, it really is a legitimate thing. And they are just very unique individuals. Music tends to really touch them on a deep, deep, deep level. That's me. I have a band. I'll definitely leave a description down below on them. That's another thing I should mention is that I'm not doing the Skyliner thing as much lately because my band's been really getting a lot of things done. We're working on a solid set. That's my life, guys. That's what I really want to become. Not a famous YouTuber. YouTube's just too corrupt. There's too many fake people. There's too many greedy, backstabbing individuals. I gotta go into a video later about that. I might drop names with that. I don't know. It might be risky, so it might be best not to. But we'll see. Let me know in your comments what you think on that one. But what was I gonna say? This happens all the time. My mind goes racing. Let me think. Oh yeah, my band. So we've got a couple shows coming up on the East Coast, and really pumped. I want to be able, probably this practice maybe tonight, actually. Every Thursday night I practice with them. Thinking about recording one of our songs on my camera and then just uploading right to my YouTube channel. Let me know your thoughts and feedback kind of thing. I really love the support and stuff. I'll be putting links and stuff down below of my band. That's my biggest passion. If you guys support me, you love what I do, really appreciate it if you check out the Facebook group, the Reverb Nation pages. It's My Dog Bill. Before I had the links up, My space Dog space Bill. Incredibly genuine, humble individuals I met over Craigslist last summer. Been with the band for almost a year. They're all like high 30s and mostly 40s. I'm 25, turned 26 in June, and it's just been a blessing to have these individuals as supporters in my life, and they're just good energy people, positive, driven. They want to become successful like me. They're not so much like me. We don't want to be famous. We just want to be able to pay our bills with doing what we love. Kind of be under the radar kind of thing. We don't want people to see us in public and be like, oh, it's them. Like, I don't want any of the status of what those higher up entertainers have. I should make a whole video on that one. There's so much corruption in the music industry. But yeah, so that's my big dream is I want to be a professional drummer. I've wanted to do more drum covers and stuff, but it's tough because I'm writing my own music, my own creative stuff. That's what artists love to do is create, not to recreate or regurgitate the same crap kind of thing. We like to make our own stuff, make nothing out of something beautiful, you know? Or make something beautiful out of nothing kind of deal. And that's really important to me. And that's the thing with the Skylanders is that it's been tougher for me lately because there's so many competitors now. It is a hobby. It's only a hobby. I'm never going to make it a career. I've already gotten that embedded into my mindset, so that way it's not as depressing when it becomes a reality. But it's the truth. It had a great run when it did. When I was in college, it was my best numbers and views and all that. But I'm rethinking my mindset where it's very easy to get caught in the corporate greed. That's why I was slamming it, because I was a little into it back in college when I was making decent money off my videos. Not a lot. I can't live off of any of this. Don't get me wrong. Just a nice chunk of change. You get greedy. You want to make more views. You want to get more subscribers. You want this. You want that. You want to go back to E3. Things like that. And you start losing the reason why you did it. And through God's grace and just lots of prayer and stuff, I've come to that conclusion where I need to keep coming back to my channel because I want to, because I'm passionate about it, because I like what I do, because I'm helping, serving, entertaining, talking to, making friends with all these people kind of thing. Things like, I know that made no sense, that sentence, but I love entertaining people, and I feel blessed to be able to do it all the time. And it's so great to be able to talk to everybody live and everything like that on the Path Guides and stuff now. It's really fun. But yeah, I guess that's in a nutshell for this part. I have to do a video as well on what happened in the last 3 years of my life. I should probably make that just after this while I'm doing it as I speak in my mind. But yeah, my band though is so important to me. And one conclusion I came up with, I'm reading this one phenomenal book that's about relationships and things like that. And he talks about how in a relationship, it kind of goes back to Jesus Christ, where he taught agape love, which is selfless, unconditional love, where you constantly love and give to others expecting zero in return. As men, we really like validation. We like the verbal words and feedback kind of thing. And it's tough. You being a guy, like, that is tough. I love hearing that. I love seeing that. And I have to keep humbling myself and getting back to that frame of mind where it's like, no, Dan, you should be doing this to glorify the Lord, His kingdom, just to entertain and make somebody's days better. And that's kind of what the book talked about. He talked about how, like, your job in a relationship as the man is just to make somebody else's lives easier, make it fun, positive, do anything you can to kind of like bless them and help them out. That should be your goal in a relationship, not to obtain anything. It's how much can I give to the person. And that mindset was really powerful because it altered how my brain was starting to think. And that's the problem with this world, is you become part of this world. You have to live in it. But that's why I believe it was Jesus that said it in the scriptures that we're not supposed to be of this world. We're supposed to be away from it kind of thing. Because a lot of what this world teaches you is not godly. It's all self-centered, narcissistic, me attitudes. All about the money, all about your fame, all about how many followers you have, all this crap that nobody cares about. Nor when you die is it going to matter, because well, you're wasting all that time here building all that like kind of empire status in your mind. You're really but a little crumb to the Lord Almighty. But once again, that's my personal beliefs. If you have issues with that, I'm sorry, but I'm not ashamed of the gospel. I'm not ashamed of my belief. And And yeah, just we should be working harder on building treasures for the kingdom of heaven, as Scripture specifically talks about in Matthew. And I love that passage. It's a phenomenal one. Like, I dare anybody that's like atheistic or agnostic or anything like that, or hates Christians like me, just read the book of Matthew with a humble, open heart and mind, because that book is incredible. Just the first 20 chapters or so teaches everybody how to be a decent, genuine, selfless, loving human being. Everybody could learn and take something from that. I've taken tons of scripture from that I love. It's a phenomenal passage. It's very powerful. And I'm terrible at reading the Bible. I'm terrible at reading in general. So I have like 8 books that I'm like halfway finished. My ADD is atrocious. But I'm like rambling now. But yeah, that was basically the gist of the video. I lost my job. I lost my car. And working really hard with my band. We're getting close to possibly being like maybe signed and starting to tour. So that's something that I really want to come to a reality, because I'm working so hard on it. That's my passion, is drums. Besides toys and action figures and things like that, love that. Drums is what's going to be paying the bills for me long term. It's something I was blessed with since the dawn of time when I was created by the Lord. And it's something I want to keep embracing. And you'll probably hear me in my videos like I'll be grooving or I'll be singing, doing some crap. I'm an entertainer. I like to have fun. I like to make people smile and laugh. It's what I really enjoy to do. But yeah, I made this video longer than I pictured. But that's the gist of what happened in the last probably 5 to 8 months or so. That was from 2016 of like probably October, November-ish kind of area, December to March area, a little late February of 2017. So yeah, let me see what everybody's saying in the comments real quick before I go. Let me see here. How do you see the comments is my question. How do you do that? Oh, here we go. Now, how do I scroll up? Okay. So let's see here. Let's see what the comments said. I'm sorry about that, guys. Do a Q&A. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely do a Q&A. I did one a long time ago in college. It didn't really do that well, so I was like, maybe it was a waste of my time. But if you guys have questions or things for me like that, definitely let me know. I'd love to do it for you if you guys are interested in learning different things. Where are the comments at now? Yeah, show them. Where are they at? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I might be able to play tomorrow. What game for PS4, Marley? I've been doing a lot of Destiny lately. That's another big thing, is I love Destiny. Nobody watches my videos on it, so I stopped doing it. And it's just too exhausting. Like, I just want to play the game sometimes, just have fun, rather than thinking about the views I can make or the money I can make off it. It gets so stressful. Oh, thanks, Jordan. I appreciate the feedback. Thank you, man. Any game? Yeah, man. I'll probably be on Destiny later. Let's see here. Good friend, even though... Yeah, thanks, man. I am 25, yeah, but age is but a number. Always remember that, everyone. It's the quality of what you do with your lifespan, the minutes, the hours, the days, the weeks, the months, the years. I've had that a lot with drumming. It's like I've only been drumming for 6.5 years, I think, now. The Lord has blessed me with an incredible amount of determination and persistence and a thirst to get better at that craft, and it's helped me greatly define my sound and my craft and my different little tidbits that make me me when you hear a record or something like that in the future. And let me see here. Jeroen, is that how I pronounce it, Jeroen? Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate the feedback. I'm surprised you've been doing that since kid as well. That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's been a good 5 years, 5 or 6 we're going on now. Yeah, the Legend of Zelda game. My buddy told me he loves the... what I'm doing is I'm clicking the chat thing on and off. It keeps turning off. I want to get the Switch. My buddy got the Zelda game for the Switch, and my buddy Portal Power TV, he said the Switch is amazing too. So I definitely got to get it. They're sold out everywhere in PA. There's no way I can find it. So you have to bear with me on that one until I figure out how to do that. And Nintendo, I'm still a little skeptical with. Why are the comments? There you go. Oh, I appreciate that, Marley. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing I try to look at with this channel, is that this live chat thing and like doing live camera sessions, it's giving me a chance to just interact with you guys on a whole different level that I notice a lot of YouTubers don't seem to really utilize, because If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have any of the status I had. Activision never would have discovered me. I wouldn't went to E3. Just things like that led to another kind of thing. But it's so important that the subscribers feel like they have a relationship and a connection with their subscriber. You know what I mean? And the person running the channel, because I feel a lot of these people just use you as views, and that's it. And I've seen so many channels do it. I'm not going to name names or anything. You guys can see that on your own. But I like to have relationships with people. I like to get to know them. That's why people add me on Facebook and things like that, and I accept it. I'm not just going to give out my personal Facebook right now just because I don't want to get swamped with things. It's overwhelming to try to get back to everyone. But I try my best, kind of thing. Yeah, if people judge you on like ADD and stuff, man, just ignore them, because in all honesty, it's the school system that should be blamed here, because all my life I've been seen as retarded or special needs, or I think he needs help, kind of like personality type, and that really screwed with my confidence. That made me very insecure and hate who I was for a long time. It stemmed back to why I was kind of an atheist agnostic mindset for a long time, which I think I'm going to do a video on that too, my Christian testimony. But yeah, the school systems, they only cater to like 4 different kind of learning styles, if I'm correct. It's like logical, mathematical, the visual one. I don't think they cater to bodily kinesthetic or really the spatial artsy types. I forget. They're very technical, but there's like 12 different learning styles apparently, and the schools only cater to like 3 or 4 of them, which is a shame on them. It really is. They're so focused on their stupid testing and their stupid grades and all that, but it's like none of that really matters. I came out of college and I don't remember anything I learned in my degree. That's a darn shame on my part too, but that goes into more of the video that I want to probably do next about where I was in those last 3 years. I'll explain a little bit more about that kind of stuff. Let me see here. Why do they keep taking the comments off? Hey, how's it going, Sir Sheep? I remember you, man. Yeah, but Marley, just remember that regardless if you have ADD or not, man, like, just don't let that define you, and realize the Lord created you in His image. You are perfect in His image. That's how He created you. Anybody that says otherwise is full of crap, and they don't know you. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know your struggles, kind of thing. I was bullied all my life, kind of thing. So I completely feel you on that. Do I like these bands? Avenged Sevenfold, hit or miss me. I don't like their singer that much. Muse, hit or miss as well because of the singer. Green Day, I like a lot of their older stuff. My Chemical Romance. I know some of their stuff. I don't know all their stuff, though. Let me see here. What other comments did I miss? I wish they made this thing easier. So hopefully I can get... What else did I see here? I think I got all the other ones. Are you Danish or Norway? No, actually I'm Russian. Believe it or not. I don't know if you guys can tell. Like, I got like the long nose, pale skin complexion, chiseled jaw, and stuff like that. I'm actually Russian. I was adopted at 10 months old from... It was Moscow or Chelyabinsk. I always forget. It was one of those towns. My parents risked everything to adopt me, and then they adopted my brother 3 years later. We're not blood, but we are both Russian. And it'll probably tie into my Christian testimony, actually, soon. You're Swedish. Oh, nice, man. You're far away then. Jeez. Let me see here. Blue Bash. I never got him. I haven't played Spyro's Adventure in a long time. It's still one of the best games. It was great because of how it was. They needed jumping greatly, but it was just a beautiful formula, and it just was so original for what they did do with it. My big gripe, though, with the figurines of this year is they're too big. I was looking at the comparisons, and I like them a little tinier, like about yay high, not this big. I don't like how they're so bulky. I feel because they're so bulky, and I don't know if anybody noticed, the plastic feels very cheap. It doesn't have a nice consistency. The color schemes and the paint jobs are very lazy. And because I don't represent Activision anymore, I really could care less. This is brutal, honest feedback. Like, the figurines have gotten worse, in my opinion. They just feel very plasticky and cheap, like they could break at any time kind of thing. Oh, Marley, that's why. Okay. I got you now, brother. You have autism? Ah, yeah, I've heard people get made fun of that too, man. That's awful. But like I was saying before with the thing, just remember God made you in His image. He didn't make any mistakes. He is a perfect deity and being. And He knew what He was doing. Because I have a lot of bugaboos and things like that I always wish. What's up, P-Rhyme? What's good, brother? I have a lot of problems in my mind and stuff that I think that I could change, or I wish I had different hair, or like I wish I didn't have to wear glasses all the time, kind of thing. But like things like that. But we just have to come to terms with, that's what the Lord blessed us with and what He chose to give us for whatever reasons He did, kind of thing. So probably gonna wrap this video up though. It's been way longer than I pictured, but I thought I'd get some rants out of the way too. But yeah, I'm probably going to be back in a couple minutes to get the other one out of the way, just because I've been wanting to get to it for a while, and right now because I'm unemployed and doing job hunting, it's important that I do these while I have the time. So I'm going to sign off on that note. So stay tuned for a bit more of these in probably, I'd say, a couple minutes or so. Maybe an hour. I don't know how long it's going to take to download the thing to process it. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Thank you for sticking with me and the support and everything. I apologize. I haven't been giving you enough clarity with what's been going on in my life. Half the time I'm like thinking, is that self-centered of me to cue them in on everything kind of thing, like brag about what I'm doing? But at the same time, I understand the other side of the coin where it's like, you guys deserve to know because some of you have built relationships with me and everything like that, and we're friends and all that. So I have the responsibility to be upfront with you guys of what's going on, why certain things are going different directions in my life and so forth. But yeah, I'm going to be signing off on this video. Stay tuned for another one in a little bit. Thank you so much for watching and support. God bless. Check out my band down below. I'll have to leave the links when I get a chance. My dog Bill. Thank you. Have a great day and peace. See you.